Namaskar, dear student. This is Rakesh Mankothari. Welcome you on behalf of Physical Edupedia channel. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 6, that is test and measurement in sports. Today, Mrs. Sunita Sharda ji, lecturer physical education from Raisina Bengali School, will discuss this chapter with you. So let's welcome to Mrs. Sunita Sharda.
Namaskar and welcome class 12 students for the class of physical education. Today we are going to start our chapter number 6, that is test and measurement, and today we are doing a part 1 of that chapter. So today let's start. So test. A test is a tool which is used to evaluate the skills, performance and reliability of the task completed by a sports person. Dear students, test here we mean by taking physical test on the ground. You have given many pen and paper tests in the classrooms, but here we are asking and we are telling about tests that we take to check the different components of your physical fitness. And the components of physical fitness are, they are speed, strength, agility, coordinative abilities and flexibility. So the test, when we take it on a ground to check your physical ability, it is called a test. Now measurement is all about the collection of data about performance or task completed by a sports person by using a set. Suppose you have given a test of a 50-meter race, so what we will get, we will measure that, we will record your measurement, that how much time you have taken to complete the race. That is called as measurement. Now evaluation, now we will evaluate your this results of test with the standard test results to draw any kind of conclusion. So this process is called as evaluation. So today we will start with motor fitness test. There are different tests to check the abilities of a person, of a student. So let's know more about the motor fitness test, and we'll have some interesting videos also for you in the next slides. Physical fitness test or motor fitness test. Dear students, we can check your physical fitness by checking different components of physical fitness. That is, the components of physical fitness are, you have already studied all these in class 11th, that is speed, strength, endurance, agility is there also, flexibility and coordinative abilities. So we perform different tests to check all these components. Number 1 is 50-meter standing start, 600-meter run, sit and breathe test, partial curl-ups, push-up for boys and modified push-ups for girls, standing broad jump. Agility is checked by shuttle run of 4 into 10 meters. So students, these are few tests, and let's know which test is conducted to check which of your components of physical fitness. A 50-meter standing start to check the speed of the participant. The coach is giving instructions to the girls to stand behind the starting line. Yes, on the signal they will run towards the finish. Okay, they have started, they are running towards the finish line, and the time taken to perform the race is recorded. That is their score. Dear students, we have taken these excerpts from Khelo India. You have already seen them online, and they have prepared this test to check the speed and other elements. Just saw the practical of 50-meter standing start. And what is the purpose of the test? The purpose of the test is to measure the acceleration and speed of an individual. And how it is performed, you have seen the practical. Let's see the theory part. A thorough warm-up should be given, including some practice starts and acceleration. It is very necessary to warm up the body before any activity. So for 50-meter start, the subject starts it from a stationary position without moving any of his body part, with one foot in front of the other, and his front must be on the line, not on the line, but it should be behind the starting line. Now when he takes a static position, it should be a static position for a dead start. Once the subject is ready, once the student is ready and motionless, then the starter gives the instruction, set and go. Go command may be by voice or maybe by a whistle start, as you've seen in the start. So, and what are the suggestions to perform it perfectly? So, the tester should provide hints for maximizing speed, such as keeping low, driving hard with arms and legs, and the participant should be encouraged not to slow down, as because it's just a 50-meter race. You have to put all your efforts, and you have to put all your effort to accelerate your body towards the finish line, and you should not slow down before the starting line. Some students, you know what they do, they see the starting line from 10 meters, and they start getting slow as because the line is here. No, you must drive very hard, and you should finish the line in full speed. Then only you can have best timings. And the equipments required, we need a track, or we need a place of at least 60 meters, cones, markers, a stopwatch. These all are required to take this test. And the scoring, the time is taken, the time is your score. How much time you take to perform the race, that is taken by the stopwatch. 600-meter run or walk test. It is a test to check the cardiovascular endurance of the participants. This test is being conducted in different schools also. The coach is also instructing them to maintain a pace. Now in few seconds they will start the race. Yes, they have started. They are running towards the curve. They have to cover a distance of 600-meter race and to maintain a constant pace so that they can finish the race. They are instructed to maintain a constant pace, and a hard finish should be there so that they can give a better timings. Now, how to write down the test of a 600-meter race? See, first of all, it is measured to check the cardiovascular endurance. And how it is performed? The participants, as you have seen, they are instructed to run a 600-meter race at the fastest possible pace. That means they have to maintain a constant speed throughout their race. The participant, they begin the race on a ready and start can be by voice also and by whistle also. So as they cross the finish line, the elapsed timing should also be announced, so that they should have this thing in mind that they have to complete the race in fastest possible time. Walking is also permitted, but if you want to give a good timing, you have to run in a constant speed. Okay, now administrative suggestion, they are also like that. They have to maintain a constant pace during the race. And the equipments we require for 600-meter race are stopwatch, whistle, marker cone, lime powder, and measuring tape. A track also, they can run on a track of 200-meter or a 400-meter. And the scoring, the time taken to complete the race is the score of that particular individual. Sit and reach test. Dear student, test is performed to check the flexibility of the lower back. See how it is performed. The student is sitting on a box, near a box. His feet are straight, touched with the box. Yes, and he is trying to reach out the line made on this box. Knees are locked. They should be properly locked. Shoes are removed, and he is trying to reach out the distance at the scale made on the box. Okay, and the maximum reach is recorded here. You have seen how to perform a sit and reach test. Now we will write it down. Dear students, it is very easy to learn by practical medium. So sit and reach, you might have a question that, ma'am, it is a part of a yogasana. Yes, student, this is a part of yogasana. The name of a asana is Paschimottanasana. But students, here we use this box as because we can measure your flexibility in centimeters and millimeters. That is why this box is specially created for you people. And the school and the teachers at different school, they have their own customized made boxes to check the flexibility. So you have seen how we check the test. How we perform this test? So this test involves sitting on the floor with legs stretched outside and shoes they are already removed, and the soles of the feet they should touch against their box. Both knees should be locked. This is very important. There should be no bend at the knees, and the palms facing downwards placed on each other like a fish, that we make a action of the fish. So the students try to reach the maximum distance as far as possible on the scale made on the box, and the score is recorded in meters and centimeters. So this was all about sit and reach test. And what does it matter, students? You might have felt that it checked the flexibility of your back and your hamstring muscles. Partial curl up test, students, as you have seen, this student is lying on the floor on a cushion. Two lines are made on the mat, that is about 6 inches, and he is raising his upper body. Yes, hands are straight on the mat, palms facing downwards. Yes, up and down, curl ups, not a full curl, just a partial curl up. It is a great source to check the abdominal strength. Yes, this girl is also performing. So this is how we perform a partial curl up test, and let's know all about its theory. This test measures the abdominal muscle strength and endurance. And how it is performed? Let's write it down. The subject lies on a cushioned, flat, clean surface with knees flexed, usually at 90 degree, with hands straight on the sides, palms facing downwards, closer to the ground and parallel to your body. The subject raises the trunk in a smooth motion, keeping the arms in position, curling up the desired amount at least 6 inches. At least we must raise our body to the 6 inches, and again it is lower back, and it is performed for about 30 seconds, and the score is later recorded, that how many curl ups the students had performed in 30 seconds. So here it is like a time trial of 30 seconds, and the maximum curls up are recorded. And what are the different suggestions? The suggestions are: participants should be encouraged to keep normal breathing rate. Results are usually better if the participant can maintain constant pace during the activity. We must try to maintain a constant pace. And the equipments required, as you have seen, it's a flat, clean, cushioned surface with two parallel strips about 6 inches apart on the mat, a stopwatch, recording sheet, pens, etc. They are needed to perform all this test. This is push-ups for boys and modified push-up for girls. The coach is instructing the student that his body should be in a straight line. The toes and hands only will touch. Now he will perform this push-up while lowering his body, and his arm should make a 90-degree angle at the ground, and he continues to perform these push-ups for as many times as he can perform them till exhaustion. If he is not able to perform, yes, he can stop. Now the girls, they can put down their knees on the ground, and they can perform that push-ups for as many times as they can perform, and it checks the abdomen strength, the back strength, the upper body strength of children. Push-ups for boys and modified push-ups for girls. See students, push-ups are performed for the upper body strength and endurance. And how they are performed, you have seen such a beautiful practical. Now let's write it down in a standard manner. That the push-up, it begins with the hand and toes touching the floor, the body and legs in a straight line, feet slide apart, the arms at the shoulder width apart, extended and at the right angle to the body. Keeping the back and knees straight, the subject lowers the body until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbow. Then returns back to the starting position with the arms extended. This action is repeated, and the test continues until exhaustion, or until they can do no more rhythmic push-ups. And for girls, as you have seen, the girls, they can put their knees down in a resting position, and they can perform the push-up. We need a clean cushioned surface and a gym mat. The scoring, the number of correctly performed push-up, that is the score recorded in push-ups for boys and modified push-ups for girls. Now students, this is standing broad jump to check the explosive strength of your legs. So stand with feet shoulder width apart on the starting line, just behind the takeoff line, and swing the arms back and forth rhythmically, bending down towards a 90-degree angle at the ground. Take off and land with both the feet. Do not double jump and do not fall back. So this was all about standing broad jump. Let's check the theory part for standing broad jump. So let's write down standing broad jump. It is measured to check the explosive leg power of the legs and how it is performed. A takeoff line is marked on the ground. Subject stands just behind the takeoff line with the feet shoulder width apart. The subject swings the arms and bend the knees to take jump. 3 trials are given to the subject. The distance is measured from the takeoff line to the heel or other part of the body that touches the ground nearest to the takeoff line. So all the jumps are measured and the best one is recorded. The measurement is noted in the feet and inches. Some suggestions: participants should be encouraged to swing the arms properly and take off with full strength and maintain balance while landing up in the pit. Infrastructure required: a sandy long jump pit and a measuring steel tape. How? Scoring: all 3 jumps are measured and the best of one is recorded. Now 4 into 10 meters shuttle run. Shuttle run is performed to check the agility or the quickness or the coordinative abilities also. How we perform this? Let's see. Mark 2 parallel lines 3 meters in length, 10 meters apart using marking tape or cones, considering one line as a starting line. As you can see how this athlete is performing here on the ground, he is trying to touch these lines, but how? Let's see. The subject stands on standing line or points. The 2 wooden blocks are placed on the edge of other line. On the signal go, the subject runs to the wooden blocks and lifts one block and comes back to the original place. Again he runs to the second line and comes back to the original starting line to finish off the race. Here 2 trials are given. And what are the equipments were? As you have seen, we need 2 wooden blocks and just a area of 10 meters, right? As because it's 4 into 10, it means he has to cover the 10 meters of distance 4 times. That is go and come back, go and come back. So it makes it about 40 meters. So how the score? The score is recorded in seconds. That means the time is a score, it is recorded in a second and near to the decimals. So it is the best test to check the agility, and it is done in many ways. Many physical education professionalists, they use shuttle run to check the agility of their participants.
Thank you, Sunita ji. Very well explained the chapter number 6, that is motor fitness test. Dear student, if you have any query, you can write in the comment box. We will resolve it. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. Stay fit. Thank you so much.